Head coach for Rutland High School, and we're under the lights at Alumni Field, and we're in the rain as the Raiders get their home opener, coming with a 2-1 record. They own a 3-2 win over Essex, which was a big to-do. That means they're as high expectations you could possibly have this early in the season from a Rutland team that was the number 2 seed last year in the state. Yeah, a lot of good people graduated, but a lot of good people stayed also, and they have a good coaching staff. They're taking on Middlebury, a team that they defeated 2-0 earlier in the season up in Middlebury. And then again, the lone loss came to Spalding. So Rutland and Middlebury in the second game of the Loyzelle Tournament. The winner did play in the championship game against Mill River, who defeated Fairhaven 3-0. Brian Hickey and Gunther Sealer, and there they are, the officials for tonight's game. Yeah, we'll take Ken Nelson and get the starting lineup for Middlebury.
Number 6, Captain Justin Clayton. Number 7, Josh LaPlante. Number 8, Captain Wyatt Cleveland. Number 10, Tucker Burns. Number 11, Ian Lynch. Number 14, Ross Gruber. Number 50, Captain Justin Tescock. Number 18, Tucker Meyer. Goalkeeper, Quentin Collins. Number 21, Alex Marshall. And the rest of the Middlebury Tigers. Middlebury is coached by Doc Munger, assisted by Leland Davis. And now, your Rutland Raiders. Number 4, Alex Adams. Number 10, Nick Campbell. Number 3, Tyler Madison. Number 5, Jason Olsen. Number 22, Corey Fox. Number 16, Roman Hunter. Number 19, Dennis Schindler. Number 6, C.T. Sheldon. Number 8, Captain Dominic Duncan. In goal, Brandon Kolyetnikov. And number 18, Captain Nick Thorne. And the rest of the Rutland Raiders. Rutland is coached by Frank Abrahamson, assisted by Jay Wilson. Would you please now rise as we open the cap?
Just a flashback a year ago, just about this time in the Loyzelle Tournament, Rutland defeated Middlebury in overtime in a shootout. That was just something to behold. It was the first one I'd ever witnessed here at the Loyzelle Tournament, and it was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm all in favor of shootouts. But then Rutland went on to lose 3-0 to Fairhaven and relinquish their stranglehold on the championship of the Loyzelle Tournament. But it was that loss that really springboarded them onto a winning streak and turned their whole season around. And they went on, like I said, I believe that was 12 in a row they had won. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was a big winning streak. And I know they got the number 2 seed, and they have people coming back. A lot of names are going to jump out. We'll start in goal with Brendan Golovietnikov. They're very solid back there in net. They're as solid now as they were when Chris Andrews was back there. And they won the state championship in 2001 and went back to the title game in 2002 with them. So they are very solid in net. Then Jason Olsen, Alex Adams, Michael Schwartz, Tyler Madison. I mean, all these names just jumping out at me. Pollock, Potter, And we're underway. Middlebury in the black uniforms. The Tigers already had 2-0 loser once this year to Rutland, trying to get some sweet revenge and get to the title game. Mill River winning 3-0 over Fairhaven, and you can see Middlebury working the ball around again. It has rained hard, and it is raining hard. The wind to this point, not really a factor, even though I imagine before the night's up, it will get nastier, according to the weather chart. The weather map's on Channel 15, and that's another thing. The information station, Channel 15, you can tune into the bulletin board that airs throughout the day, and you can see events around Rutland County and all the other areas. And I'll have to work on the umbrella thing, because on a rainy night in a press box that was built too low, you get a lot of blockage of views. As Lawrence went to kick the ball across, you can see a lot of misplanted or slipping plant foots overrunning the ball, and that's Alex Adams there. Alex Adams was a very pleasant surprise last year, a big catalyst on their offense, and I expect a lot more leadership role from him this year, a lot of goals. And this will be popped up by Campbell, number 10. A lot of athleticism there for Nick Campbell. And he's going to be on the starting lineup right now for tonight. Rutland with that 3-2 win over Essex. That's a big sign right there. Anytime you beat a northern team, a northern powerhouse, and the ball settled down. We've had no shots on goal yet, and did not mention, but I will do it again. Quentin Collins is the goalie for Middlebury. And so we're trying to go to Madison, and he got blocked away from the ball. And now Middlebury trying, really important, I would think. It is for any visiting team, but our team has lost once to Rutland. It would be very important for them to get the first score. It'd be their first goal against Rutland in 2 years. They were shut out, well, not counting the shootout, they were shut out here last year. And like I said, 2-0 earlier in the year, and that's going to be a whistle. And you can see the call by Gunther Sealer. And they're going to have, I want to see who's coming over to take the kick. It's going to be one of the captains, Dominic Dunges. So Dunges coming over. Dominic Dunges, number 8, played a lot of summer soccer this past year, and only improved his game, which was already good, but it's gotten better, and he'll hook it. And Adams with the back of his head trying to drive it down in the corner. They want to cross the ball to bring it back up. It's going to be settled down. It's going to become a corner for Rutland. As that goes off from a Middlebury defender in the box, and we'll have our first corner. And Dunges will head over to Alex Adams. I'm sorry, that's Corey Pollock. Adams wore 22 last year. I could get used to the new switch of numbers here. So it'll be Rutland with the corner, and we are just 3 minutes into this first half of play. Nice serve. Might have been a little too long. Yeah, it goes all the way across the box, and it will come down and out. On this near side, and it'll be picked up and well defended by Campbell. It'll go out of play, and it's going to be Campbell taking the throw, number 10, and you'll get things going relatively quick. And that's what you want to do. Up tempo, get things going. Tempo, tempo, tempo. The ball will go to the corner, and Middlebury will scramble around, can't get it out. Well, this end of the field was Madison who got a piece of it, and then Madison coming across, nice soft pass back. He'll work it down to Olson. Olson will work it to the far side, and Pollock can't get there as fast as he is. Pollock couldn't get to that one, and Middlebury will take the throw now. You can see Olson at midfield. He was looking to hook up with Alex Adams, number 4, and again, nice defense played by Middlebury right there as they're able to clamp it down and clear it up to midfield. And we'll take a skip, go to the circle, and be settled down by the Raiders. And their home whites, of course, taking on Middlebury in those black uniforms. Mill River already into the title game, and that's going to be a goal! What a shot! A hummer of a shot up and over the goalie. It started with the steal, and then the line drive kick up and over Collins. Nick Lawrence, one of the captains on the squad, with the steal, and like I said, just blasted it with 36 minutes, 6 seconds left to play. So 3 minutes and 54 seconds into the game, Rutland with that 1-0 lead. And boy, did that look harmless at first. Even the steal, you know, looked good and stuff. The shot, and boy, what's that? What do I tell you every game? Put the ball on net. Only good things will happen. Even if he just makes a save, you're going to force a goal kick.
Scored by number 18, and Nick Lawrence.
It's official. Nick Lawrence, unassisted with the goal. They're going to bring it back to the 40, and boy, bang, just like that. Middlebury, after having a nice opening 3 minutes, got to be a little bit stunned after that. Nice save on his side by Madison. He'll take the contact, be taken off the ball, and they'll work it back to the inside. Middlebury will turn, and they need some attack now. And Middlebury, boy, they had a little space there, something Rutland doesn't usually give up. Rutland's a very solid defensive team. They've got a lot of offensive stars. A nice passing game. They've got the type of team that you go over the top with the long ball, too. Very diversified attack. But their defense, believe me, it is there. It is solid. It is well coached, and it's very good. That throw will be deflected toward the middle of the field. Didn't quite make it to the circle, and will come back. Middlebury will go backwards, go forwards, and can either at the half, or if we have a stoppage in play, and things aren't critical. I'll read the entire Rutland roster to you. Dunge's got enough of it to slow it down to reach behind him and get it. And Dunge's, he's racking up the goals this year. Overran the ball there, and they'll work to the far side, and that's Olsen. And you can see the players with some slippage on the wet field, and it is raining. It was raining harder a little while ago, but the forecast on that Channel 15 bulletin board weather map is for rain and rain hard throughout the night. That's Lawrence trying to go cross side and had his pass picked, and you see Dunn just getting away and slow the progress of the play down, and Campbell will come up and retreat back. Campbell, even though we're 4 or 5 minutes into the game, already making his midfield presence felt. He's being very controlled. He is controlling the middle of the field very nicely, very aggressively attacking the ball, and he's a very strong young man out there in the middle of the field. They'll get to the inside. There's a shot, goes cross. We're looking for somebody to come in, and that was a well-marked play by the Raiders in the box. Nobody really open in a black jersey, and Golubietnikov yet to make a touch on the ball. He'll see it this time. He'll make the catch, and he has a very strong foot. He punts the ball very well, kicks off the ground very well. And he'll get set, and it is high, and it's going to be near midfield. Actually, it's going to be on midfield, and again, another excellent job by Bietnikov. Golubietnikov. The first time I ever saw his name, it had more consonants and vowels than the whole alphabet, and it scared the heck out of me. But then when they said it, it really sounds like a goalie's name, Golubietnikov. And believe me, it rolls off your tongue after you say it. I practice all baseball season. That's going to be high and over the crossbar, and Rutland again pressing the issue, getting the tag, taking the shot, even though it was outside the box. They took the shot, and that's a good thing. So Middlebury will try to settle things back down as Tucker Meyer took a short kick on that goal kick, and Rutland had everything marked at the midfield and beyond range. Olsen right there, nice job stepping up, challenging the ball, and driving it off a Middlebury player out of bounds. There'll be a Rutland throw right in front of the Middlebury bench. Kirk Abrahamson, Jay Wilson, the coaching staff for Rutland High School. You can't talk about two more accessible coaches that are a pleasure to deal with than those two gentlemen right there. So through the raindrops, we'll have a heave, and that throw will go down, and there's the race to the ball in the corner. Adams. You see Adams, I mean, he always had the speed, but he's bulked up. He's a lot stronger looking this year. That should be a corner for Rutland. Oh, he's saying a goal kick. Okay. Hey, I'm a hometowner. I tried. So with 8 minutes gone, Rutland up 1-0 on that tremendous shot by Nick Lawrence. I'll tell you what, he's a big guy, Lawrence is, and that was a big shot. It was a beautiful angle on Channel 15. Again, the website for PEGTV is www.pegtv.com. It has schedules and information on there, and also has a way to contact him if you want to say that Munger Vision guy, he's all right. Nothing wrong with him. And you can also get the schedule by picking up Sam's Good News. It has the schedules for PEGTV's Channel 15, Channel 20, and 21. And also, if you don't have access to the internet, or you're riding around one day with your cell phone, you can just give them a call at 747-0151. And we're going to have a kick coming up. They're going to bring it up to the football 45. There's Tucker Meyer will place the ball down. And again, just that quick, short start. And, oh, they're going to call that Gunter. So we'll set it down. Lawrence will make the mark, and he'll back it up. And he's going to run over the ball. It'll be Dunges coming up, Dominic Dunges. Again, they do their little version of the long kick, short kick type thing, and nice takeaway out there. And you see Dunn just playing defense, and he's still going through, and boy, he's working hard. And he's slowing the play down at the 35-yard line, and they'll make Middlebury go backwards to go forwards. And that's Nick Campbell doing a nice job and getting the ball to Madison, and Madison was looking for Dunges in a circle. Nice step up by Middlebury. They pressure the ball. You know, Middlebury, to their credit, after giving up that goal, has settled down very nicely here. And we'll have the heave. A little bit long, looking for Madison. It was Campbell, and he had a little juice behind it, and that's going to be incidental contact. No whistle on the play, and that ball served up the far side. And you can see Pollock getting there. Has got to tweak the lens here. And Corey Pollock, he is speed into Golubietnikov's hand, and He'll make the save. Brendan Golobietnikov. Watch how he punts. See how he bounces the ball off the ground and then takes the kick? That'll be out of play and it'll be Rutland with the throw. I don't understand on manual focus tonight why my camera just won't cooperate with me, but it happens. Rutland will come back and get the ball, and they'll battle through for it, and they'll just try to dance it out, and they'll come all the way across. That's what they want to reverse the field, find the open spot. Defense is plucked up inside. Madison with a nice dodge move. Madison put the dribble down, see him lose his balance, slip to the ground, and Middlebury will come up the ball, and there's a step up and out of play as it'll be Campbell who did the kick that drove it off the Middlebury player, and now it'll be Campbell with the throw. It's going to be popped up, and it'll be out of play. Madison asks for the ball, receives the ball, and Tyler Madison. Yeah, he wants to go down over the top, looking for Alex Adams. Didn't happen. Madison with the outside of the foot serves it up to his teammate, goes to the center, and that's off the back of the foot of the Rutland player. I believe that was Adams with that nifty move down there. It's picked up by Collins, and he will take the punt now himself, and he'll drive it pretty decent. It's going to be short of midfield, but it did not hurt his team as far as we've seen a lot of shake punts through the season where it'll be a 10 or 20 yard kick, and boy, all of a sudden your team's on their heels backing up trying to play defense on this short field.
Rutland substitutes, number 9, Jim C., and number 11, Joe Rodolphe.
Joe Rodolphe, number 11, coming in for Rutland. Number 9, James C., or Jim C., as they announced on the PA. A lot of the young men don't like their formal first names. They like their shorter version, the cool version. And boy, that was a good hustle play right there. Joe Rodolphe just into the game, taking a dive and kicking the ball off from a Middlebury player, which gives the Raiders a corner. As they're up 1-0, looking to advance to the championship game and take on Mill River in the title game. It's back to Pollock. He'll fake, run through, ball, reverse, the center. They're looking for Madison. Couldn't get to it. They're able to clear it up, and Campbell right there at the circle will go up over the top, looking for his teammate to stay on side. He's looking for a C, and C was well marked, and the ball's a tad bit long, and there's that long reach of the Raiders able to get there and poke the ball forward. That will trickle through and roll back into the Rutland defensive end, and that's going to be up and out of play as I missed it, but number 16, Bowman Potter out there for Rutland. So Potter 16 in the game for Coach Abrahamson. Middlebury stalled out right there, and it's C spinning around, and C will settle right on the midfield stripe, go to that far corner, and there's that speed coming down. Pollock, as he will turn, and boy, nice nifty move, turns, fires, centers, and no, it'll roll all the way through the goal mouth area. There's the gentle pass coming in. Madison got a piece of it, but he was marked pretty good, and Quentin Collins able to come out and get it. Rutland, nice deep pressure in the box that time. Worked it in, and they'll have the throw come the other way now. And he'll get it in, and it's going to be off from C's foot out of bounds. And Middlebury will take the throw on the far side, almost in front of their bench. Probably by the time they actually release the ball, it will be in front of their bench. You watch Sports Beat on Channel 15. It's going into its 11th year. It's on Mondays at 4:30, Tuesdays at 5:30, and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. And it's an assortment of all kinds of different things besides sports. And it's an entertaining show. I think you'll enjoy it. It's called The Everything Show, besides Sports Beat. And worth tuning into. It's community television, it's local people, and it's, actually, if I can say so, well done. That's going to be driven up and through. And you see Rutland in great position defensively as they'll settle down and then drive the ball. Madison will hear footsteps, peel off, go back onto the fence, play the weak side on this side. Campbell will drive it off from the Middlebury player, now to bounce for a Rutland throw. Campbell to C, and it's going to be, should be Middlebury. Yeah, it'll be Tigers in the black with the throw. Tigers have had a little problem right now getting through the middle of the field to even set up their offense on any consistent basis, as Dunges will get there, and they were looking for Rodolphe on that side, and he went up for the header, came down with a slight limp, appears to be walking it off, and of course Rodolphe just pitched the Senior Babe Ruth Baseball Championship game. A very well-rounded out athlete, very athletic young man. After soccer season, you'll see him on the ice at the Rutland Regional Fieldhouse for the Rutland Raiders and Scott Maxim's hockey team. And they had the horn sound, but yeah, they're going to stop the play. We're going to bring it back, and it's a whole bunch of subs coming in for Rutland, and it's 25 minutes to go. 15 minutes played here in the first half. 1-0. The Raiders, Nick Lawrence's goal, and it was a beautiful goal.
Number 4, Alex Adams.
Alex Adams checking back in for Rutland. Nick Olette, number 21. And Shane Barrett, 24. And they saved that. Nope, they did not save that. See Schindler out there, number 19, too. I missed Dennis coming into the game earlier. And Golubietnikov will kick off the ground, this time on a goal kick. Equally as effective off the ground as he is on the punt. And did get good carry on the ball and put it right on the foot of his teammate. Good trap down right there. I believe that's Olsen, as he'll send a little soft pass back to Dunges. Dunges will regain his balance. You can see the agility out there, and goes to the left foot. A lot of these guys, too, played indoor soccer this year at the Fieldhouse. Speaking of Gunther Sealer in the Fieldhouse, and that's going to be Rodolphe going forward, and it should be a white throw. But, boy, it really paid off, because if you've never been down in the Fieldhouse and watched that indoor soccer, it's keeps them in soccer mind and mode throughout the off season. And Kirk Abraham's already having a good first part of the year here with that win over Essex and also the win over Middlebury. We're in the second game of the Loyzelle Tournament. Middle River defeating Fairhaven 3-0 to advance to the title game. Rutland looking to get there by getting a win tonight over Middlebury, a team they defeated last year in a shootout to get to the finals. And Rutland up 1-0 on Lawrence's goal. As will be chased down, a little chip shot down. Dunges will pick it up. There's Olette out there, gave him the pass. Number 21 is going to be lifted toward Collins, and they had a player breaking down on his side. It was Adams, Alex Adams, and he just couldn't quite get enough toe to steer the ball toward the net. It is slippery out. It has rained earlier and continues to rain throughout the evening. Middlebury was just clear, a little sense of urgency there. He didn't want to get clogged down in the box, and it's going to be switched around. Nice move right there by Shane Barrett, number 24, the Raiders. Rodolphe wanted to drive it in. The ball comes right back to his teammate. He'll find a little more open field. Lifted, and we call offsides. Tell you what, though, right idea, going to the net, putting the shot on Collins, the goalie, but we'll have a goal kick now by Tucker Meyer. Now, Middlebury has gone to the short kick in their two previous goal kicks. Everything marked long. Let's see how he can play this one now. He's just going to step into it and launch it up to the circle at midfield. And we got a whistle and push call from behind. Just a matter of where the spot will be. I think it's going to be near the football 45 as they retrieve the ball with 22 minutes to go in the first half of play. In public access television, community TV, located in building 24 at the House Center. And Tucker Meyer told to bring the ball about 5-6 yards, and he's just right at midfield, actually. And there's about a 15-yard pass, wide open, and he didn't really get the plant foot down. He wanted to lift it deeper, and the ball will come down to one of the Rutland players. And hard to see him on that far side of the number, but they'll work it down in deep. As that's, I'll tell you, Potter, 16 out there, and that is going to be great work in the corner. And see how you use your body to shield away. Good job by the Raiders. The giveaway, though, and then send in the box, and it's going to be settled down by Adams. He'll turn and just clear to the side. We'll have a throw by Middlebury. So 21.5 minutes to go. Middlebury, like I said, did give up that early goal, and it was stunning, the nature of it, the highlight tape-esque type goal, but he has, Middlebury has since then really, even though they haven't generated, it's going to be up and over the top. Golubietnikov will take the goal kick for Rutland. And he likes to take it. Well, now they had a choice. He'll take it off the ground with 21 minutes to go. We played 19 minutes of the first half here. Game number 2 in the Loyzelle Tournament. And a little toe touch, and the ball will come down. That was Rodolphe, and he got it settled down. It's going to take a roll into Alex Adams, and he's looking to break away. Gets the shot in, and boy, it had some hook. And it's going to become a goal kick. A corner kick, I'm sorry. No, they're going to call. I thought for sure it dribbled on the inline, but it'll become a goal kick for Middlebury. That shot, again, good velocity, good location, and Collins making a nice save. Don't forget, it's raining, the ball's wet, and the goalie gets wet hands, and is able to clamp onto it. And again, Rutland with I think that's their 5th shot here in the first half of play. Adams will stop, go to the left foot, and send it right through. Nice job. Step up in the box at the top of the arc, and the ball will come back out to the 40, and Rutland will hustle, get to it, and well, that's Shane Barrett doing some tough work. Look at that. Taking the shoulder, getting the ball free, and then popping it back up, and Shane Barrett with some good hustle. Meyer with a dodge out that first defensive player, and then the step up and the steal, and Adams, hearing some footsteps, will slow it down, let the defender fly by him. Well, that's a lot of time and space for Adams to have the ball that long. He'll go all the way across the field, missed the connection with his teammate number 5, Olsen. And just working the ball in, Dunges wants to come to the left side, turns, fires, and nice save. Good shot by Dunges. That was with the left foot, and again, just patience, letting the field become open for him to get a good line on the goalie. That'll roll, and boy, the camera's been down on the Rutland offensive end for a long time here in the first half. Middlebury down only the 1 goal, though. He'll be knocked down, and you see the back pressure coming up. I think that is Rodolfi that came up from behind. Rutland will just retake possession, and they're looking to come to this far corner, run underneath the ball. It's going to hit and skid and kick out of bounds. So we'll have substitutions coming in now for both teams. The Raiders with that 1-0 lead.
Number 2, Sanjay Wanaba. And returning to the Raiders, number 18, Nick Lawrence.
Nick Lawrence back in the ball game. He's got the Rutland goal. And that will come down, and yeah, I guess what a job by Dunges. And it'll roll off from the foot of Lawrence. We'll have Middlebury with the throw, and you just see the athleticism on this Raider squad. Nice step up by Barrett. Barrett brings that little edginess, that toughness to the team that you gotta have at the position he plays. Dunges, a lot more finesse. He's strong, but he's a finisher, and all we got. Balls ricocheting, whistles blowing, all kinds of stuff going on. Should be a kick coming up for Rutland, and you see Dunges come right over and get going and boot it. Up over the top, you want to stay with the ball, up, settle down, and push toward Collins. It's an easier save for him. They really didn't have enough momentum going forward when he got the touch on the ball, and was able to just literally trickle it in on the goalie. So we're at 17:53 to go in the first half of play. Dunges get the ball back to his teammate, that's Schindler. And Schindler's a big guy, and he's got a lot of finesse, and he's a good finisher. He's got some tough goals last year for Coach Abrahamson, and that'll be off from Dunges out of play fire side yet, and we'll have Middlebury right between the 2 benches. They'll take the throw, and I tell you, there's a long way to go in this first half, but Middlebury can keep it at least where we're at right now. They would have to feel very good at halftime. And that's a race to the ball. That'll be won by Rutland, and they're going to drive it down the middle, and offside called. Yeah, Dunges got ahead and gone through Sealer with the call, and we'll have a kick coming up from Middlebury on that offside play. So Rangers again, though, I like the attack. Coming forward. Pressuring. It's all about tempo and pressure. From Adams' head. From Dunges originally, and then to Adams, and that'll be Dunges with the nice reaction to the ball and knock it out of bounds, and that'll allow teammates to get marked up here on the throw-in by the Tigers on this side. Will be taken by number 14, Ross Gruber. And Middlebury coming in with a sub. That's the hold up in play, and Rutland getting everybody marked now, and we'll see what they want to do as far as how they're going to play it. And well, Shane Barrett having a very strong. Boy, the Rutland team thinks that ball went out of bounds. It's got to really clear the out-of-bounds line to be considered out of bounds, and they let him play through. Dunges' turn, wanted to make the move down the sideline. He had his pocket picked. We'll have Rutland throw, and coming up on the trail will be Alex Adams, number 4. Dunges with a nice little jump kick, brought it back to Adams, back to Dunges. A little 5-yard passing game they have going right now. Dunges will float to the middle of the field, find an opening, and boy, that's a lot of time and space right now for Rutland. Middlebury's got to really mark up and tighten up their defense on these Raiders running free, because the more space you give Rutland, one of those balls, we're going to find a gap to get through, and we'll have a throw by Alex Adams with 15:50 to go in a 1-0 game. Rutland with the lead. Tyler Madison back in the soccer game, along with Jason Olson and Corey Pollock. So all 3 original starters back in the soccer game now for Rutland after a good rest. Coach Abrahamson with a nice deep program. His JV programs all the way up through here to the varsity. He's got depth at the positions. And he's liberal. He'll use a lot of people out there. You work hard in practice, you will see the playing field. Middlebury to the circle. Middlebury to midfield, and then a nice little soft pass, and then the step up, the rejection, and then challenge of the ball. And Rutland again bogging things down in the middle of the field. There's that attack on the ball. Middlebury at midfield going backwards now as Rutland pressuring the ball, and they'll come up with the steal. He'll stay in bounds, and again, he's just got that reach advantage. Those long legs will come to Pollock, and Pollock's got all that speed. He'll turn and fire the ball down in the corner, and it's going to be too much. Can't quite get to it, and Adams will turn and get in position to defend the throw. 14:45 to go in game number 2, first half action. Brendan Golobietnikov in net for Rutland. Hasn't seen an awful lot of balls come his way yet. Sure, that's okay with him. It's going to be served up and get at the arc, and it did not get any further in. And 7 back in the game for Middlebury. Josh LaFlamme, outstanding player for Middlebury. See Bowman Potter, number 16, with a nice play there, and that's Rodolfi. He turned, try again, and look at him follow it up. Just relentless, stayed with it and followed it up. Then he's back into play again. This time they run out of the field, then went out from Middlebury, and we'll have a throw, and we'll have to wait right now for Lawrence is on the substitution.
Number 10,
Nick Lawrence.
Campbell returning for the Raiders.
And Campbell will come back in. He'll replace Alex Adams. Campbell started the game very strong midfield for Rutland back in there, and he'll have the throw go away, and we'll have Shane Barrett take the throw. And Barrett heard the whistle, got into Lawrence. Lawrence, not only is he big and strong, but he's got great skills. He can really handle the ball, dribble the ball. And that's going to be down in the corner. And again, it's going to hit that wet turf and skid out of the way. And Rodolfi with a good chase can't get to it. And we will have a goal kick coming up now for Middlebury. They'll come out and mark it with 13 minutes to go on the near side of the box, facing the bleachers here at Rutland High School. Look at that, started quicker than I anticipated. See Madison come up, step up for the ball. They're able to outlet the pass on that far side, get to their bleachers, settled down by Pollock. He'll turn and that skip past Olsen, but he had so much time to recover. The defense gave him such a cushion. He's able to get in, go over the top, and no follow-up this time on the Raiders. Again, Middlebury, a lot of problems in the middle of the field, and that's Corey Pollock out there, and number 22 for the Rutland squad, just again bogging things down. Olsen came up this time, and look at that defense, just took the ball away. That's why I mean Rutland just really doesn't get a lot of credit for how good their defense is. And he overkicked his target, comes into Collins' hands, and this time we'll see the Middlebury goalie take the punt. The wind, not a factor right now. The rain coming down, and Rutland with that 1-0 lead. We're under the lights. Boys soccer action, men's soccer action underway here at Rutland High School. They've been on the road for 3 games. Now they're home for the Loyzelle Tourney. We've got a lot more of Kirk Abrahamson's Raiders for you on Munger Vision coming up. As I'm just adjusting the tripod here, but we're back in with a Middlebury throw. 12 minutes to go, 28 minutes gone in the first half of play, and it's been Rutland with more corners, more shots on net, and the goal, so they're up 1-0. They've controlled, for the most part, the 50-50 ball, but again, it's the middle of the field, and they've been able to really handle that. That was Lawrence with a brief touch. Now Middlebury up over the top. And Rutland, a very tough team to go over the top on. So we'll have the Tigers from the 25 take the throw. Because we're at 11.5 minutes to go, and they'll just look, and it will go off the Raiders. That went out from Campbell, I believe, number 10, and we'll have just the same deal, just 15 yards closer as Middlebury in the black uniforms just down a goal. And again, if they can punch one in here before half, I'll tell you what, that'll be a big boost coming in the second half. And Rutland with the clear, and then the toe out, and then the pursuit by Rodolfi, and see him just, see that sprint speed he's got, that closing speed? And he'll earn the kick. Nice job by Joe Rodolfi. He was involved in every part of that play, and I believe we're going to have a card issued. Oh yeah, it's Gunther Sealer going to have, I'm waiting, well maybe he won't. Usually when they call you, they come out and they give you a card, but he's more explaining things than anything, so nice job by the official. No card issued. Mostly explaining what call was and why it happened. And so we'll have number 22, Pollock. Keep it on sides, and Rutland jamming the box. Rutland jamming the box. Ball free into the hands of Collins. Oh, that thing just sat there. Oh, kind of a hairy moment there for Middlebury, but they were able to survive that without giving up another goal, and keeps it a 1-goal deficit. And hands all over, and that'll be the call. Push from behind. Raiders will have a kick from just about midfield on the far side here. They're going to go to this. They have a lot of plays, a lot of variations. They run off their kicks, the corners, and everything. So they're a tricky team, and they're well coached. And they're going to whistle and get a handball called. So of the Middlebury squad in the black uniforms, and the kick. Nice job this time. Really getting the drive on the ball, and they'll be out from the head of the Raiders. Go back to Madison. Madison will turn, wanted to dump it down to Pollock. He was in too much traffic, and it was Lawrence who got there, and again with that long leg of his, able to reach through a lot of different people and poke the ball to the far side to a teammate. 9:39 to go in the first half of play. Rutland up for that 1 goal. Barrett came in about 8 minutes ago, maybe 9. He's played a lot, and he's played well, and this will be Pollock down in the corner. He'll lose it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw by Middlebury. They'll take it and get things going themselves on that short kick. They've done a lot of that in this first half. Pollock coming back with the back check and disrupted the play for a second, but a nice step up and challenge by Campbell, and the ball will come down, and going to call it on the Raiders as they went aggressively after the ball. They'll get the whistle, and that was Barrett. And we'll have a kick now from just about the 20-yard line. It's Tucker Meyer all set now as the official gives him the good to go sign, and again, nice drive, but everything marked right there, and good support behind on the ball. And you can see the kick, just drive it out, let your teammates come down the field and mark up on the throw. And we're going to have a change as Rodolfi will lead the game now. Good minutes by Rodolfi out there. It's Dominic Dunges. Okay, they came back in the game for Rutland number 8, so he got a good breather, and back in there probably for the final 8:22, and Rutland again up to 1 goal. Would love to get all that dominance that they're having on the stat sheet right now. Like to translate it into more goals, bigger lead. Don't let a team hang in there that you dominate like Rutland has. They beat Middlebury 2-0 earlier in the season up in Middlebury. And they'll give it back on the trail. This is going to be settled by Pollock, and he'll fake the shot, open the field, go to the left foot, lift it, and miss the goal wide. And through the in-line, we'll have a goal kick for Rutland.
Returning to the lineup for Rutland, number 4, Alex Adams.
And Alex Adams also coming back in on the ball game for the Raiders. And then we see goal kick far side of the box. Myers done the majority of all the kicks, free kicks and goal kicks, and I tell you, for the most part, he's done a real nice job. Got a strong leg, got good lifts, really hits the sweet spot on the ball. That time with the wet ball, it just went off the outside of his foot and sliced it to be able to play, and Rutland will take the throw. And I don't know if I mentioned it, Schindler, number 19, still out there for Rutland. Either he just checked in or he's been out. He's been out there, but he's on a big factor. They got him at midfield right now. And on the throw, it'll be Lawrence on the far side. And that will kick, spin, and hit, and be out of play. And we'll have the Raiders again just pick the ball up with 7 minutes even to go. We played 33 minutes of soccer with the Lawrence goal. They got it to Olsen right there, and on the follow-up, Olsen will deflect it. It'll be out of play, and I think they said black ball, and that's what we'll have. Well, Middlebury in the black uniforms have the ball on the Woodstock Avenue side of things here. A lot of stuff happening on Channel 15 coming in the month of October and November. We're going to have the Halloween Parade's Pumpkin Princess in her court selected in the studio shoot live, and then they'll air that event throughout the month. That'll be the first of many things happening on Channel 15. You can consult the, oh, there's a shot, and a goal! Raiders! Again, they just left them all alone in the top of the box. A ton of space, able to line it up, and great placement. And what they do again, they went toward the net, took the shot, and got the goal, and I believe it's going to be, well, I don't want to be unofficial here, but Olsen sure looks happy. Jason Olsen. Jason Olsen with the goal. And Pollock will get the assist. And they'll make it 2-0 now Rutland in the first half of play with 6:24 to go. That's a back-breaking goal right there by the Raiders. Barrett will leave the field. He's been substituted for, and what a good first half of play by Shane Barrett, number 24 for the Raiders.
Number 9, Jim C.
Jim C, number 9, back into the game for Rutland. And Middlebury desperately needing to keep it at 2-0 or get the next goal. And that'll be out from the Tigers, out of bounds. We'll have a throw by Rutland. And then in November 4th, that's the first Saturday in November, the really big show number 11. It's a talent show fundraiser for the United Way of Rutland County, and get your tickets now. It's at the Paramount Theater. Hey, and if for some reason you can't make it that night, you're busy, right? Don't worry. I'm going to be there, Jerry Munger. And I'm going to tape it. It'll be on Channel 15 all through November. And you just can go to Sam's Good News to get the listings, or go to the website, PEGTV.com, to get the listings. And with 5.5 minutes to go, Rutland now up 2 goals. As Olsen got a goal and Lawrence got a goal, and they both came from long distance, just really well placed with a lot of velocity on them. And that ball will come down. Nice little kick to the inside, and the through ball, just a toenail too long, as they were looking to get the pass up to Jim C. And they missed him. I missed it because I was looking down at the crowd. The ball went on plane. Middlebury will take the throw. And well, they've got it settled, and they're on their offensive side of the midfield, somewhere they haven't been in quite a while. And they're going to go try and go up over the top. Golobietnikov getting in perfect position will make the grab and made it look casual. And the Rutland goalie with 4:50 to go in a 2-0 game in the first half. Raiders will lead. He'll take the kick. He'll bounce it off the ground. Boom. Nice job. And again, Dunge's able to get up in the air. I'm sorry, it was C able to get in the air, and that's knocked down, and the Raiders on the run. That's Alex Adams. Myers will bring it wide. And Tucker Meyer is in good position defensively for the Raiders. And that ball will be into the box and picked up by Collins. Quentin Collins didn't want any more of that. He picked the ball up and will take the punt now himself. And again, not a bad job. Rutland there will just send it across, and again they'll set up shop, and they've been just forcing the ball down inside the box on Middlebury. As I had to adjust the camera, sorry about that, and it's going to go up and out of play. Yeah, and I'm on manual focus. I don't understand that tonight. There's the ball. I knew I'd pick it up eventually if I scanned the entire 100 yards. Goes down in the corner. Dunges ran out for him. Just gave himself too much of a lead on the pass. Comes up to a goal kick down for Middlebury for 3:37 to go. Remember last year we were here all night. Went through the 2 overtimes, Middlebury, Rutland, and then did the shootout. And that will be settled. And Pollock through. Lawrence from his butt on the slide, gave the ball up. Now we'll chase the pass down, take the contact, and boy, he's just hard. He's just so hard to bring off the ball. I mean, he's tough. Once he locks onto the ball, he uses his reach advantage and then his strength, his upper body strength, and you just can't take him off from the ball. And there's going to be the goal kick off the near side of the box by Tucker Meyer. Zerain kicking up again. And pretty good clip right now coming down. 2:51, Middlebury again. It's imperative for them to keep it at a 2-goal deficit, no more right now. If they get a goal, that's great. That'll help them out, but right now they just can't afford it. Go down 3-0 going into the half. As Dunges with some dribbling, keeps the ball, goes to the left foot. Very lethal, right or left foot, goes to C. And just couldn't square it up. He sent it through the inline into the Gleason Road parking lot, but it'll be out of play, and we'll have a goal kick now for the Tigers. And again, they've really been kept in check as far as to be able to just move freely through the midfield area. They'll be knocked down by Pollock, and he'll get the ball back, and see how quick he is. The ball gets right back up, gets to it, and what they're going to call. They're going to call hands on Pollock, and it'll be a kick for Middlebury with 1:55 to go in the first half of play. Now what I'll do at the end of the half, I'll fade down only to let the Raiders settle into wherever they're going to have their halftime talk, and I'll come back up and I'll read the roster for the Raiders for 2006 soccer season for you. And so, because we are commercial free, I can't go to a break, but I'm just letting you know what's coming up, so you'll stay tuned. And the goalie will come out, Quentin Collins, and he's going to run to this near side, trying to catch the defense overloaded on the far side. But Rutland really marked up very well all the way across the field, and we'll have the punt with just a minute 20 to go. That will come down, and Jim C. will just try to turn the play back up and look for Dunges. The ball will go out of play, and we'll have Dunges take the throw, and this will be C. Oh, a little inside move, send it through, hit a bunch of legs with black uniforms, and
1 minute remaining.
you heard it, 1 minute left in the first half. I've seen the Raiders basically just dominate corners, shots on net, 50-50 balls, the amount of time they control the ball. And they're pushing in for another goal here, and that's going to be sent in and just high and wide. But I like the attack mode. And with 37 seconds to go, Middlebury, Tucker Meyer will get set here, and he's looking for a deep kick to give his team a little relief of pressure in the final 28 seconds. Came down underneath the ball and really didn't get airlifted, but Middlebury will recover it, and he'll send a short pass intercepted, and this will be Dunges. Works into the middle of the field. Dunges had it taken away by, I believe that's LaFlamme, number 7. They came back on the play, and that's going to be contact, no whistle. 10 seconds. Middlebury will not be able to get a shot off as they'll have the throw in, but we're down to 4 seconds already. And that looks like that'll be the half. It's going to be the Raiders 2 and Middlebury 0 at the end of the first half of play. As the Raiders settle down in the west end of the goal here, I'll just go through the roster for you real quick. You have, like I said, in goal, you have Brendan Golan-Bietnikoff, he's the goalie, and Mike Schwartz is number 2, Tyler Madison wears 3, Alex Adams is 4, Jason Olson 5, Christian Spalding is 6, Arthur Burke is 7, Dom Dunges is number 8, Jim C. is number 9, Nick Campbell 10, Joe Rodolfi is 11, 12 is Kyle Cassidy, Brendan White is 13, Walt Gilman is 14, Ian Stewart wears number 15, Bowman Potter 16, Brad Upsall 17, Nick Lawrence had a goal, he's number 18, Dennis Schindler is 19, Brendan Corsones is 20, Nick Golette 21, Corey Pollock 22, Justin Grenier 23, and Shane Barrett wears number 24, and I know I'm missing somebody, Alexander Wigmore, that's it. And again, Kirk Abrahamson, the head coach, 2-0 Rutland at halftime break in game number 2 of the Loyzelle Tournament 2006. Alex Adams, Corey Pollock out there on this near side of the field. Dunges, Dominic Dunges in the center, and Rutland with that 2-goal lead. And first 10 minutes, extremely critical for Middlebury to come up with some kind of an attack, generate a goal, but definitely don't surrender a goal. They're down 2 right now to a Raider team they've already lost to once this year. Difference here, you lose tonight, you're playing a consolation game on Saturday night. Winner goes on to play Mill River, who defeated Fairhaven 3-0. 3 different Mill River scores, just like tonight for Rutland. 2 different scores for the Raiders so far in this game. Be Middlebury the first touch here to start this second half of play. It's raining, we're under the lights. It's a little chilly, it's not too bad out. And again, Middlebury having trouble just to start here with their opening touch. They're going backwards to try to get going forward. And there the ball finally squirts through, and it's Brendan Golan-Bietnikoff in net for Rutland. And it does look like Quentin Collins in there for Middlebury. Both the starting goalies remain the same. And they're going to have a hold up and play here as they get the spot right on the ball. I was just adjusting my camera. That's Nick Lawrence, number 18 over there, and he had the game's first goal. Jason Olson had the other goal for Rutland. And again, they really controlled every facet of the play. That'll be dumped up over the top. Middlebury coming out here with a couple different quick over-the-top passes in their possessions. Rutland back good defensively in that case. Rutland trying to go up over the top themselves. Middlebury was there. They'll head the ball out to the circle. Now enter midfield. Middlebury will settle it down. You can see Pollock will come out and attack. He'll just keep pressuring the ball until they retreat to come back. And there's the steal. And that was Dunges with a nice steal. And he motors in. He wants to, he wanted to cross it over. And yeah, he was looking for the call on the play. Didn't get the whistle. And here's the pickoff. And coming forward now is Rutland as they lay the ball out nicely. That was Spalding, number 6 for Rutland. They did a good job of dribbling through some heavy traffic at first, but again, Rutland didn't generate a shot that time. This is Madison. And Madison down in that corner, looking for Alex Adams. Really controlled the field well, Adams did. And that's going to be lifted and be behind the net. And so Middlebury sagged back, but didn't give up the goal. With 38-14 to go in the game. It'll become a goal kick for Tucker Meyer. And boy, he did a lot of this in the first half. Did a nice job, too. He'll step into this one and he'll send it right onto a teammate's foot, but Raiders right there. Again, there's just no time and space with Rutland. They're just smothering. They did a 3-2 win up in Essex over Essex, and I'll tell you, that's a real confidence builder for the Raiders to come up with the win over Essex. And Dunges will just take and get set for the throw. He wants his teammates to get into formation, and he'll go down toward the end line. He'll take a bad bounce, get past Pollock, and it'll become a goal kick for the Tigers. Again, make your plans now. Watch the Halloween parade on Channel 15. And the selection and election of the Pumpkin Princess and her court will also be on 15. And then the really big show, number 11 years. That's going to be a whistle. We're going to have an offside call. Even if it had been a goal, it wouldn't have counted. So we'll have Tucker Meyer step back in. This time, the only difference being he'll be on the near side of the box. He will launch it, and that ball working forward, and there's the shot. It'll be wide. Rutland just keeps condensing the field down inside the box, taking shots, and again, that's just nerve-wracking for a team as Tucker Meyer will get set. He'll back it up with 36.5 minutes to go in the second half of play. And that's right off the heel and toward the sideline. It'll be settled down, and got a little space once now to settle up and go right down the middle of the field. And again, outkicked his coverage. Ball will come down to the Raiders. That's going to be Nick Campbell, who played so solid in the first half, giving the ball out to Adams. Adams with the head up all the way, looks and drops it down in the corner. Got a teammate, Lawrence, and Lawrence looking to make the turn, trying to keep the ball. Will get back up, and nice job by Tucker Meyer that time of Middlebury defensively, and have a little skip and kick and be out of play. And we will have the Raiders quickly up tempo, get the ball in, get it going. There's a short throw this time, and that'll just be booted out of play by Middlebury. Rutland will move up about 15 yards and take the throw with that 2-0 lead. And it's going to be cleaned up and cleared. But again, not kicking with a purpose. Just more of a sense of urgency to get the ball up the field, as Schindler will lose it off his foot out of play. He was looking to make the rush, and Middlebury will take over, this time on the bleacher side of Alumni Field, the shorter side towards us. And again, in case you missed it, it'll be played on 15 throughout the next couple of weeks. But the first game of the tournament, Mill River Fairhaven. Mill River able to avenge an earlier season loss to Fairhaven and defeat them 3-0 tonight to advance to the championship game of the Loyzelle Tournament. When you see Madison get back there, and he let the defender come right to him. Then he just brought the ball to the inside and juked him out, brought it up this side of the field. That's going to be out of play, and Middlebury will look. And again, Rutland gets the ball and pops it right into play real quick to get that tempo. You can see how long Middlebury held that ball, and that allows everybody to get on their mark defensively, and that's just what happened. And Lawrence now, just that dog style, is just bullies his way through the middle of the two Tiger players, but did lose it out of bounds. The Middlebury will take the throw. See Campbell go back on support, and we're going to push call and a kick coming up for Middlebury. So again, these are the type of things that happen that can give Middlebury a chance to get back in the game and get some momentum. This is a good chance for an offensive score right here. They're kicking from the football 25, but they can get it onside over the top of the wall and go at it. They could get a goal here, or at least generate a good shot on net. He's going to lift it, and he's going to go right at the post. That's headed up by the Rutland squad, and they had that pretty well defended in the middle. And then on a clearing attempt, the Raiders with the follow-up as we reach from behind. Dunges from literally with a backwards kick will get it to his teammate, and they'll lift it, and too much. Going to hit the track, be out of play. we'll have Middlebury go the other direction. There's the quickness that you're looking for as that goes out of play. And this time will be headed toward the middle of the field where nothing but white exists. And Alex Adams with a nifty move. Able to get up momentarily, keep the ball down on the attack, and Gunther Sealer has done a nice job tonight, along with Mr. Hickey out there. Spalding will get a good deep throw and just ping-ponged around. Nobody could really get possession of that ball. And 33 minutes to go, Middlebury again with the throw, went backwards to go forwards, and there's a step up, and they're able to get around momentarily. Campbell got back in great position to challenge the next stage of that drive, and that'll be, again, the defensive pressure force that errant kick out of bounds, and Madison will take a throw for Rutland. And what a good attempt, slippery field, and ball goes out past the Tiger player who lost his balance, and Rutland up 2-0. Both goals obviously coming in the first half of play, since we've had no score here in the second half. You're watching the Loyzelle Tournament 2006. This season's been underway for 3 games for Rutland. This is their first appearance at home. This really kicks off their home game schedule. There are a lot of Raider games that you can watch on 15 and watch in person. And again, the new thing I found out this year is if you go to www.viewmyschedule.com, you can click the school you want. It comes up with all their different sports for the fall, and you can figure out where your team's playing, when they're playing, and that's pretty neat. New system I got with that website. And then to find out when they're going to be aired on Channel 15, you can watch the bulletin board to catch that TV schedule, the scrolling schedule. On the bottom of the bulletin board, a lot of times it'll tell you the upcoming games. And then also you can go to the website at PEGTV.com to see what's coming up for the week. And also in Sam's Good News, you have Channel 15, Channel 20, and Channel 21. And that's going to be up and off the head and over out of play in Middlebury. And Rutland, again, so far in the last, oh gosh, I'd say 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, it's all been kind of bogged down here in the middle of the field for both teams. We're nearing that 10-minute mark. As we're at 31.5 minutes to go. We played 8.5 minutes of the second half. And Middlebury's, well, they've kind of done what they wanted. They haven't fallen behind anymore, but they also haven't generated any offense. And that was Pollock that got up there, couldn't control it, but boy, can he get up in the air. And they'll be picked up by Dominic Dunges. And he's looking down, and there's a little toe up ahead, looking for a little come offside. That was real close. Alex Adams had drawn close to the defender, but it looked like he just gotten that stride forward, and that's a call, and there'll be an offside call, and a kick coming up for Tucker Meyer and Middlebury. And that's, whether that's their normal style or they've just been forced to go to that tonight, but they've done a lot of short free kicks. And that's going to be settled and then cleared up. That's a good play. That was Bowman. Potter out to number 16 is, again, when in doubt, kick it out, and that's what he was. He was all isolated back there one-on-one with the offensive player, and you can see Lawrence. Perfect pass in stride to Madison, and he's looking to link up, and he does with Adams, and great slide kick. And Adams, very slow to get up, and Jim C coming in, and yep, this is going to be an official timeout as Adams was taken out on that leg tackle and very slow to get up, and actually he's going to walk off under his own power, which is very good to see. But I always kind of hold your breath and see any player get that leg whip and get taken down. Knees and ankles don't have a lot of flexibility. They have a lot of flexibility, but there's a lot of margin for error as far as getting them all twisted and tangled up. That happened with 30 minutes even to go in the second half of play. And that was a unique kick out, and Rutland with that good reaction settled it down. And again, Rutland will just chase it down. See the open field around those Raiders? And so that's going to be settled down at the 30, and Middlebury will try to go backwards to go forwards, and it counts in possession. Rutland will have the throw, and no, they're going to go Middlebury now. Must have nicked the Raider coming up and out, but we will take it on the sideline near the bleachers. And boy, that's getting right in the way of Rutland. That's Jim C, number 9. Seen a lot of playing time tonight and doing a good job. Now he'll come back in the box, and that is a risky play. Goalie right there elected not to scoop it up and take the kick. He played it with his feet and got away with it, but he had a defender or a Rutland player coming right down on him. This is Pollock, who's played so well, and he will get the kick as Pollock was bowled over by Tucker Meyer. And Corey Pollock and Dominic Dunges will work this kick together. And that's the set play, and there's a beautiful mark, and oh man, who was that coming in? Olson's getting up and Lawrence getting up. That was a design play, all that slow setup and pretending to be confused and not being disorganized. That's all part of the trickery of that old clever guy, Kirk Abrahamson. I don't mean old, I'm older than he is, but crafty guy. And that almost became the Rutland's third goal, and that's why you take advantage of all those kicks. Oh, nice little pass. It's going to be intercepted, worked wide, and boy, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be Rutland ball, and that's what they're going to call it, and there'll be Madison over there. And just a good solid effort by everybody coming in and out of the game for the Raiders tonight. They wanted to lead, and Dunges couldn't quite get the reach out there on the foot and bring it back. And we will have, with 27:56 to go in the game, a goal kick coming up for Middlebury. And we'll have to wait as we've got some substitutions coming into the game. And I'll collect those as Ken Nelson will read it over the PA system as to who came in for Rutland, because I missed this sub pattern. And I'm not sure it was a Rutland sub actually, and it's going to be black throw. It'll be Tigers in the black and the Raiders in the white. We're at Alumni Field. Second game of the Loyzelle Tournament. Mill River winning the first game 3-0 over Fairhaven. They're in the title game, and Rutland up 2-0 right now on their way to the championship game. It was Fairhaven last year winning the title game over Rutland, so we're going to have a new Loyzelle Tournament champion this year with the elimination of Fairhaven. And look at that steal by Lawrence. Got a Middlebury player down behind, injured on the play, and he's just walking right off the field. And that's going to be up and stays in play to let him come through. Christian will get there, Spalding, and now with a touch-up. No, they'll let him play. I thought maybe Middlebury will get a time here for an injured player, but they're going to continue on, and that'll be dropped down and in, and Pollock will just slide the ball over to Olson, who's got a goal tonight. Olson. Look at that great touch passes, and that's going to come forward out from Dunges, but just as good as a pass as it comes to C. And C just try and take the outside angle away and ends up having it kicked off from his legs out of play with 26 minutes to go. Middlebury really needs to have something offensively happen for them. They just can't be content now to run even with the Raiders who are down 2 goals. And now we'll have a stop in action as they'll bring in a Rutland sub. And Rodolphe will come in for Pollock. He'll wear number 11. And Rodolphe with that real good first half of play. Back in there now for Kirk Abrahamson. That'll roll and just be kicked down for a Rutland throw side out as Tucker Meyer could not let it keep rolling through the inline. It will become a Rutland corner. And there's the cross all the way over. Oh, what a settle, and couldn't get enough settle on it to get a foot on it, but just to pick it out of midair with that leg raise was pretty darn good. And that's going to be Rutland again pressuring as they're outside the box. This is Rodolphe. He wants to use that speed, and he's got good balance, and that's just double teamed on the ball, taken off. It's going to come back to the sideline. Rodolphe will get in, break the play up, and I believe it did go off from the Middlebury defender, and it will become Spalding to take the throw, number 6 for the Raiders. See him survey the field and like to try to go over the top, and that was pretty well defended. Everything was marked up there for Rutland, and it's going to be a little tic-tac-toe game back and forth as Olson. I think he was trying to pass. I don't think he was trying to lift it for the shot, but again, Middlebury would just be very content right now to lift it and relieve the pressure and get it up and out. Rutland settled it and sent it back over the midfield stripe. Now they'll pressure the ball in the midfield area where they've done a nice job of controlling the middle of the field. Bodied down and then popped up. 50-50 ball headed forward by the Raiders, and good job staying in his ground was Lawrence. And boy, he's just everywhere. Now the Rutland Raiders will drive it down in deep, but it might be a little bit too far, and it will be. It'll become Middlebury on the throw after they out-kick their teammates trying to get down there, and they're going to hold up the action. You can see right now as they bring in the substitution, Josh LaFlamme for Middlebury. This all happening with 16 minutes having been played, 24 minutes left in the game. 2-0 Rutland. Goal of Yetnikov yet. Seen the action in this half. He's down there all by himself. That must be awful lonely as a goalie when your team dominates. I mean, I'm sure you're happy your team's doing so well, but 40 minutes of just kind of hanging out in the rain by yourself. We get shot him. There he is. He really hasn't left yet. As we'll get set, and Campbell will not take the throw. They're going to have a substitution come in.
The Raiders, number 24, Shane Barrett.
It'll be Shane Barrett coming in. And boy, again, you talk about good contributions off the bench. They got it from Barrett. And he's back in there now at, like I said, just about 16 minutes to have eclipsed here. And I'm waiting for the call as far as him to leap on the field, and it's going to be.
Munger is once again filming this game for Channel 15 to be shown at a later date.
All right, so they will get the ball settled far side. Dunges will go up over the top, and now it's Meyer just trying to get the angle. And you see the pressure by C. He'll work him to the corner, and that's going to end up being a kicked out of bounds ball, and we'll have Rutland take the throw. Again, the camera hasn't gone down away from this in the field very often, and they're going to call that. That was close. I could let that one slide, but they're going to call that, and Rutland will have an opportunity to cash in here and get a third goal. It'll be Dominic Dunges, one of the captains out there for Rutland. Golubyetnikov is a captain also, as is Lawrence. They have the three captains. And Rutland with a unique formation. They're all lined up on the far post. That's going to be up, and back. And where's the support coming in? As a nifty play. It was Rodolphe that one flying through there. There's Tyler Madison. He stepped into that one. But just a little too much garlic sauce on it. And it goes up and over the crossbar out of play. And Middlebury again will escape that free kick. Still only trailing the 2 goals. So as they wait for the subs to clear, Middlebury trying to kind of gather himself. Pollock coming back in. Corey Pollock, 22, back into the game for Rutland in those white uniforms. Rodolphe had the ball over the top. This is Lawrence, and again, Lawrence controls the ball so well. Will turn. Lawrence had it taken off his foot, and he's calling for a corner. Will he get it? No, he won't. Hey, can't blame him for trying to sell it, but it'll become a goal kick again. And Tucker Meyer has been very, very busy here in both halves with these goal kicks. We're on the 21 minutes left to play. We played 19 minutes of the second half. Up and off the deflection. Boy, you can see Rutland just step up and attack the ball. That was Barrett coming up. Great closing speed by Barrett. Now the ball back over top. It's been a clinic by Rutland, in all honesty, tonight. They've just been aggressive, confident, quick to the ball, and executed very well. And it doesn't hurt that they got a lot of talent out there. They're looking for the cut by Lawrence to the inline. That was covered. The ball still trickles in close to the goal box, and on the swing miss, there's Rodolphe had his shot blocked. That's going to be still just leaving the box now. There's the follow-up by Dunges as he'll work it to the inline. There's the cross, and just missed. Oh, what a beautiful job by everybody in a white jersey out there. First of all, the containment to keep the ball down in the box, and then the cross, and then the breakthrough to get the foot on the ball and almost guide it in. We're at the midway point of the second half. 20 minutes to go, and it's looking more and more right now like a Mill River Rutland final in the Loyzelle tournament.
Rutland substitution, number 7, Arthur Burke.
Arthur Burke into the game for Rutland. Where's number 7? Arthur Burke, 7 in the game right there for Rutland. Nice job taking the ball away, turning, and then on the takedown with the wet field, both players slipping down. Barrett will get to it and hook the pass around, and that's just going to be dumped up and out by, should be White throw, and that's what happens by Middlebury. They just try to relieve the pressure, hope for something to click long, and it just hasn't been there all night. That's going to come across, and Rodolphe will just fight through and got a foot on it, couldn't control it. The ball will pop back, and again, you can see all the Raiders there at Schindler and Barrett. And Schindler getting forward, and Schindler will turn, and or he put it around his teammate Shin, and it'll be outplay. It was too far on the far side for me to really get a good look at it, but the coach on that side raised his hand, and he saw it very well, and he called the ball out of play, and we'll have a Tigers take the throw.
Tigers, number 16, Nate Marshall.
You're watching the Raiders boys varsity soccer action on Munger Vision, as it's another year of Rutland soccer. It's the Loyzelle Tournament to get the boys coverage kicked off. We've already seen 3 of the Rutland girls games, and but good to tell you, of all the soccer's alive and well in Rutland, both boys and girls with solid programs and good coaching. And boy, Rodolphe, he's just fast. He's fast on skates. He's fast running down the soccer field, and he pitches well. That's going to not make it through. And again, Middlebury scrambling around right now, trying to clear the pressure. And that will stay in play. Nice save along that side. And there's Spalding, shot in on net. Collins will make an easy save. Had a good look at it, and he'll just pick it up and jog it out to the top of the box where he'll get ready to punt. And that will come down and roll with 18 minutes to go in the second half. Not a lot of offense in either half for Middlebury, and they're going to have a call right there. We'll have a kick coming up near the 40. And the Flam will mark it, and yeah, it is at the 40. And the Flam's going to set it back 5 yards to make the official happy. Now Tucker Meyer will get set, and again, take advantage of all these kicks because, you know, in all honesty, you're only down the 1 goal. If you can just punch one in here, it's going to be a completely different last 17 minutes of the game. He got the height on it, but the carry was too far over. Middlebury will control the ball, and it'll be up and still bouncing around. And Rutland with a hard kick at it, hit a lot of legs, slowed it down. LaFlamme will get it, and there's Pollock with that tremendous speed. Not only is Pollock fast, but he's physical. That's a nice combination to have on the field. Kind of like Personowski was last year, and Gilligan and those guys. And Rutland with the throw, and again, see number 5, Olson. He had the 2nd goal for Rutland. They'll go out of play, and with 16:38 to go, Middlebury wants to get the ball going. Had to wait for the horn, and now the whistle will sound. And the horn for the substitution, and whistle by the refs.
Number 13, Hans Brinkley.
Hans Brinkley, number 13, comes in for Middlebury, and it should become a Middlebury kick. Now they're just on the edge of the box. They're in good shape right here to volley up a good serve. Now, this is where you really got to just take that extra second and think about what you're doing. This is a golden opportunity. This is as good, if not better, than a corner right here. So Golobietnikov on the near post, all set. And it's up, and it's right into Golobietnikov's hands. No problem. No traffic in front of him, and the kick just about Adams apple high. He's able to get it. And I'm sure he's glad to get a touch here in the second half, and he'll get the punt. Great kick. I mean, that's like offense. That's just like offense. That long kick will get your teammates out there. There's the pass laid out, and it's going to be scooped up by Quentin Collins. Almost a disaster there for Middlebury. And again, when you got a goalie can kick a ball like that, and boom, get it going the other way, and link up. This is like John Elway throwing a bomb out there. Now work it back to the center of the field. Just skip past LaFlamme's foot, picked back up by the Raiders. That was going to be intended for Rodolphe. He'll body it down, go back, get the ball, and Rodolphe will spring off from the defender. And there it is on the through ball and through the inline. He just couldn't quite make the connection out there. I believe it was Olson he might have been looking for, but just a little bit too long. And all this happening now with under 15 minutes to go in the second half of action in the Loyzelle Tournament on Munger Vision.
For the Raiders, number 10, Nick Campbell.
And Nick Campbell back into the game for Rutland. Again, I just can't tell you how impressed I am with Nick Campbell's play today, this evening. Just very, very strong in controlling that middle of the field. He's got the whole package too. He's got the speed, the strength, the instincts, and Spalding, whistle. A lot of hand signals out there for Brian Hickey. So Lawrence back in. I think it's just substitution. He's going to replace Burke. So we're going to have after all that, we'll just have Spalding, Christian Spalding take the throw. And he got it nice and long, a little bit too high. He'll be chased down by Middlebury. They're kind of boxed up in the corner. They'll turn fire on that off-balance kick. Taken down by Olsen. Olsen will make the move to the outside. Now the cross. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. That ball's still hot, and oh, we have a push called from behind on Rutland, and it'll result in a kick now for Middlebury. 2 goals by the Raiders in the first half. The first goal by Lawrence, the second by Olsen, and that's where we're still at. Rutland's had some opportunities here in the second half. See Dunges, who's really done a nice job of making the offense. The right pass, you know, the right moves out there. Rodolphe just gets in the way. Just look at him, just getting in the way, hassling everything. It'll come backwards again for Middlebury, and that'll kind of give Barrett a chance to chase the ball down, and it'll skip to almost to midfield, where it'll be settled down. And Schindler, with that big stride, is again strong. That's kicked forward, and Potter getting over there, and he will use that speed. And now, yeah, he kept the ball in play. He just didn't clear it out. And now Pollock looking for and getting the ball as. Good job down by Bowman Potter at the sweeper position. They'll work it back to the trailer on the play, and Rutland will come back across, and Rodolphe with a great touch pass, just missed, hooking up on this side with Barrett. And Middlebury, quite an interesting play there. Rodolphe grabbed the ball. I don't know if he thought he could grab it and throw it back into play, but it'd been cool if they would have let it go, but it'll be Middlebury with the ball. They lost it on the throw-in. There's a little chip shot through the middle, rolls through another Middlebury defender. Barrett will step up, pressure the ball now, and that's going to be legged down by Dunges. He'll reverse his pursuit and get in there. Oh, great job. Oh, they're going to call that. Still good hustle, though. As we will have Middlebury just work the short pass to the side. Nothing long again. Everything marked very well by the Raiders. They've done nothing but contain, and control the play. Well, I would have loved being able to go up to Essex and watch that Rutland win. And they're saying, I think they call it Middlebury ball. Yeah, they've retrieved the ball, and it's Middlebury ball, and it's on the far side of the field, right between the 2 benches here at Alumni Field. As Dominic Dunges will lift and send, and Lawrence. See, just got Velcro on his feet, the ball sticks to it, and boy, that's going to be an interesting call. Nope, it's not going to be interesting at all. It's going to be Middlebury ball. I thought possibly it had gone off from the Tiger player out of bounds, but that's not the call. And it'll become a kick, because it's going to be a foul called on Lawrence. As we're down to near the 10-minute left to play mark, Rutland getting a lot of playing time for people tonight. And again, their execution is very good here, especially when you look at that 2-goal lead and the fact that their defense has been solid, the middle of the field play has been real well, and Golobietnikov, what little bit of work he has had, he is a sharp goalie. That's headed down but not controlled, and now working the ball forward. See Bowman Potter got around, got a piece of the ball to Lawrence, and him and Lawrence, Potter and Lawrence worked the steal. And yeah, that was incidental, but that might get him a card. And you know what that is? Just a case of having a long leg. But he's going to get a card. A lot of that's just the reaction of the Middlebury bench. They kicked at the ball, and the other player coming at it got his legs taken out. Coach Abrahamson discussing it, as he's going to have a, I can't see the number right now. I'll have to wait for the announcement.
Number 21,
Nick Ouellette coming in. So I thought that was Nick. So Ouellette into the game, wearing number 21. Tyler Madison back in the game. So Rutland again getting some playing time and switching some positions around here too for people. And on that free kick, they'll drop it down into the corner. And again, Look at the attack, the aggressiveness by Rutland. And Middlebury will get the benefit of the call. They'll have the throw, and they'll come back up top of the box in this corner, and Madison will, again, take the right angle. Look at that beautiful angle he took. He's got some field to work with, a little bit of turf. There's the pass up the middle, and Ouellette will get pushed from behind. We'll have a Raider kick now from the 40. Dungus just kept it right down low onto the foot of Madison. He'll break through one, break through two, get set, and save. Ball loose, picked back up. Nice rush down the field by Madison as he beat 2 Tiger defenders and still got a great shot off. And Collins comes up with the save to keep it at just 2 goals right now with 9:28 left in the game. Again, just think, it's only a 2-goal lead, so if Middlebury somehow can manage any type of offense to get 1 goal in, I mean, it's a completely different game after being dominated for almost the entire game. As they'll come back, and you see Olsen. Of course, you see Olsen this winter down at the, he's one of the captains on the Rutland ice hockey team, and is that going to become a corner? I believe it is. And Rutland will set up shop on the near corner here, the southwest corner of the field, as they'll get set with almost, well, they'll strike the ball just about 8:40 to go in the game. But a goal here, and they can just about start the bus for Middlebury. Again, it's looking more and more and more like Mill River Rutland finals. And Bowman Potter, up front playing tough, knocks the ball down, gets it to Ouellette. Ouellette got through 1, got through 2, couldn't get through the 3rd, but got the whistle. That's just great hustle. As Dungus and Pollock will, where the shenanigans will be now, they'll get set to work it. See if Pollock actually kicks her. He'll go back, and Dungus will lift, and oh, they had one of the players. Now I can't tell if that's Schindler or Lawrence. I think that's the way Lawrence. That's Olsen. Okay, he was pretty tall. They had him on that far post, man, and the ball was served up pretty well. Results, of course, in another Rutland corner as it went through the inline off from one of the Middlebury players, and Rutland just hammering away now. They said they lost a lot of good players last year, but they had a lot of good ones coming up through. And that is going to be a chip shot high. Oh, that was just gorgeous. So the kick couldn't have been placed any better. And then I think it was Schindler that just got it off the ankle bone a little bit on the upside of his leg and then went over the top of the crossbar and out of play. 7 minutes left in the second game of the Loyzelle Tournament. And that is going to be Olsen. Again, I have hardly taken the camera. I've hardly taken the camera off this into the field in the second half of play, and actually in the first half, as this has just been Rutland soccer at its finest, controlling everything from the tempo to the style of the game. Again, Mill River winning 3-0 over Fairhaven. They avenged an earlier season loss. And tell you, I don't know if it's the field up here or the lights, but Mill River always plays well up here in the Loyzelle Tournament, and they're in the title game. And that's a hold right there. At least that's my call, yeah. And I don't know the official call, but it'll be Rutland with a kick, and Schindler will go over, and the big guy will get set. He'll bring the ball in just about 2 feet, 3 feet. And that's the other thing. I mean, we're talking about speed on this Rutland squad, but they've got some size out there. And that is a nice drive, and on the bounce, it was Rodolphe with the touch. He reversed the pass. He had enough control to do that. And they were looking for Dungus on the cut, and that was knocked down, but there's the follow-up, and it's going to be Rodolphe trying to get around the defender on that side, and it's going to be off the foot of the Tiger, and yet Rutland will take the throw. And 2 balls on the field. Yeah, we'll just wait for a second as they collect one of them with 5.5 minutes to go. They went short, they went back to Rodolphe, and they'll lay that ball right into the box, and you can see Ouellette go after it on that slide tackle, that slide kick thing. He couldn't get to it. And, oh, nice job of hustling to the ball, and again, they can't really clear it to the point where they can relieve all the pressure. Rutland just turns it right back on them, but they really don't kick with a purpose, Middlebury. They're kicking more out of urgency, just get the ball anywhere they can out of the way of the box. Oh yeah, good battle right there, good battle, and then the whistle. As the players hit the deck, we'll have a black kick, and it'll be Middlebury in those black uniforms taking the kick. Tucker Meyer will quickly get into play. Another short kick, and Rodolphe. Oh man, yeah. Well, that was close, but they're going to not give him the benefit. And with 4.5 minutes to go, it'll become a kick for Middlebury. And he'll settle it down, and there's a left-footed kick, and Golobietnikov will field it, and he'll get set, I believe, for only his second punt of this second half. And again, watch his technique here, how he bounces it off the ground, and then he gets the kick. And boy, he gets some great, tremendous liftoff. Somebody got a foot on that, looking for Rodolphe. Tucker Meyer, and should be Rodolphe with the hands. That'll be the call, and we'll have Middlebury line it up just about at the 25. And they quickly got it to play at that far side. And no matter who Kirk Abrahamson plugs in out there, coach for Rutland, they just hustle and they just attack the ball and they take away any space and time. And there's a takedown on that side, and the Raiders will have it. And Schindler looks like he's going to set it up for the kick with 3:44 to go in a 2-0 game. Both goals coming in the first half of play. Nick Lawrence with a goal and Jason Olsen with a goal. Oh, and they'll go back. That's Olette and Rodolphe, and they got a little bit confused there and got too close together. And the ball will go off from the Raiders out of bounds. Middlebury will wait for the last sub to come in here. That's what the horn sounded for, and the clock runs with 3:20 to go. Yeah, and they're going to be all set now to get the play back underway. You see Pollock in there. That's Campbell, number 10, and he'll give up the throw to Pollock. Well, I think if you had to start grading out the different facets of the game for Rutland tonight, I don't really know how they couldn't get an A all the way across the board. Ian Stewart, number 15 in the game for Rutland, gets a nice hand. He's got his own cheering squad here, his own fan club, and Ian Stewart, 15 in the game for Rutland. And Dunges, again, look at how Middlebury does not approach and pressure him like the Raiders come up and just attack. That ball's going to come back, and nice job by Pollock. Oh, he's a John Travolta out there dancing on Saturday Night Fever around that ball, and that's going to skip through the inline, and we'll have a Middlebury goal kick with 2 minutes to go in the game. As we get set now for the goal kick from Collins, and Collins has played very well in net for Middlebury. He did give up the 2 goals from long distance, but they were pretty well-placed balls. Rodolphe crawling on all hands for his legs. There, a big collision, and boy, I think we're going to see a corner. After all that hustle by Rodolphe, it'll become a Rutland corner. Great effort by Joe Rodolphe. Yeah, and here we go again. It'll be Dunges that will serve the ball up, Dominic Dunges. And I'm not quite sure if that worked the way they wanted it to, but Middlebury will clear the box and come across field, and it's not going to have a target. It'll go out of bounds. Rutland with the throw, and that'll be taken by Spalding, number 6, as you see him get ready, get set, and launch it. The header. Madison there to pressure, and that'll go out of bounds, and he'll just do it again. And with a minute left in the game, Christian Spalding will
1 minute remaining.
Get set to just let things count down. So it will be Mill River Rutland in the finals on Channel 15 in the championship game of the Loyzelle Tournament for 2006. Mill River beating Fairhaven 3-0, 3 different goal scorers. And Rutland right now at 2-0 over Warren Soccer Talk, 2-0. As Dunges drives that ball up, and they'll push it forward. And Stewart was there, number 15, got a piece of it, couldn't control it, will come back. And that's going to be up and headed around a couple different times. And there's the goal! Tyler Madison. Rutland just kept caving the field in. Had a lot of different people, but Tyler Madison will get the third goal for Rutland. So both teams that are going to the finals scored 3 goals and didn't allow any. It was Mill River 3 for Haven nothing, and now it's Rutland 3 and Middlebury nothing. And the other ironic, or the, well, I don't know if ironic's the word, but the other similar fact is that both teams had 3 different goal scorers in their games. That game with just 20 seconds left. So Tyler Madison gets in the scorebook, and Rutland 3-0 right now, 3-0 over Middlebury, and just letting that clock wind down. This is Pollock, who just basically was brilliant tonight, and he goes to the left foot, sends it in, and they'll start the countdown. And Rutland will go to 4-2. They will 3-1. I'm sorry. They'll go to 3 wins, 1 loss. They will win their home opener, and a good effort all the way around. As you see the handshakes, great sportsmanship. Good job by Middlebury, but it's Mill River Rutland in the finals, and we'll have it for you on Channel 15. Get out there, support your student athletes, support public access television, and always support Munger Vision.